Hey, we're back. So Soa made a tweet thread complaining about social justice Twitter the past few months. Too many people who just have personal beefs are labeling others abusive. It's smearing work and activism. It's too much. Anyways, this is the follow-up to the last video I did because this medium... They said it's a 26-minute read. It took me 40 minutes to get halfway through. Maybe even less than halfway through. It's probably because I'm reading all of the archive supplementary material. Activism isn't perfect, hence why I'm largely stepping away from anything resembling SJ tweets. Too many folks interested in oppression Olympics, 15 minutes of fame derailing relationships and community building. Too much focus on this is less diverse, this is more diverse, I am more marginalized. Like, why has it come to this in so many spaces? I think it's come down to I care about social justice, I largely don't care about Twitter while appreciating how Twitter can be useful. Alright, so Gamer Girl began getting called out for her storify. Apple Cider Mage had seen what she said and tried to question her about who exactly she was talking about on suspicion that she was making claims about Soa. On the legitimate whistleblowers out there, that woman I mentioned who gets speaking gigs about stopping the sort of bullying she does on the side tried to go after Zoe Quinn when she started getting a lot of press for fighting back on this stuff, and went to Dinah Abu Karam. And then Cider says this seriously feels like you're merging several people together, using the fact that you want to spare people's names from having to actually name names or getting things wildly factually incorrect. Who are you talking about? Or are you talking about several people in aggregate but assigning portions of the stuff to one person? Cheetah complained that she was being monitored by the tiny quarter of Games Twitter devoted to GG activism, and that they would use Alt Games Twitter or SJ Twitter to refer to Jita, Apple Cider, Soa, and TJ. I don't know who TJ is. Whatever. Jita was talking about the Storify attacking Soa and thought Secret Gamer Girl had confused Soa and Sui Park because they're describing someone with Sui's job but Soa's alleged actions. Can't even keep track of all the women you hate. Holy shit! Cheetah was concerned that people were lying about her and potentially damaging her games career with made-up bullshit. Cheetah was also tweeting at Zoe, who was complaining over a Polygon article. What was this Polygon article? LMAO, Polygon seriously just completely washed out GG's origins worse than when they covered me speaking at Congress. Blah, 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 blah. Who the... Of course Owen wrote this. Who? I don't know. God, they hate each other. They're just always at each other's throats. It's amazing. In response to people questioning her, Secret Gamer Girl was laughing her head off when people figured out she was talking about Soa and she began denying more, tried to play her what knife, gaslighting, which funnily enough is how the whole Ally Zone thing blew up because Izzy Galvez and ConClick thought Soa's tweets about allies who can't stop tweeting about Gamergate were about them. But even that didn't stop Gamer Girl and others from complaining about Gamergate to this day. SGG, who had described and attributed actions to a woman, tried to claim she wasn't even vaguely alluding to anyone. What knife? Storify caps are in this post. Jeez. Your neighbor has been reported missing. Have you seen her? What knife? I was here all night. In Secret Gamer Girl's resulting babble, she specifically mentions Apple Cider Mage's tweets to her and began accusing her of being panicked. Obviously unaware that SGG had been harassing Soa since March, Apple Cider began trying to figure out what was wrong with Gamer Girl. Because this needs to be clarified, I tweeted her, who has me blocked, don't contact her, please. Hang on a second, I need to snort. It hurts talking like this non-stop when you're reading something. It's really weird, because like I can talk my friend's ears off, but when I'm just reading something, my mouth gets dry. I did this because honestly it looked like she was somehow conflating several people. I wasn't panicked, being painted by such as someone now that she sees me, and also because I don't reply to the last tweet. She summed up every single Gamer Girl rant. It's extremely poorly written, so vaguely confusing. The Secret Gamer Girl storify was fine until it got into ulterior motives regarding Soa. Jita made tweets about the myth of Soa the social climber and got a... They're projecting everything that Zoe's guilty of onto Soa. Look at the meltdown this little Twitter trolling club is having over here. My first ever interaction with this guy. Social Climbers is my favorite NES game. Was blocking him a couple hours after this little emergency meeting when he popped into my mentions to double check I really meant them. Apparently I did, and you probably should make note of it. Didn't know I was at the time though. See how the what knife thing works. Best part is these are still coming in. People I was not aware existed keep coming at me here. You don't know me, how dare you? Sorry, I'm burping. Soa and her friends had been tweeting at Secret Gamer Girl, and Soa made tweets about lies Secret Gamer Girl had said about her getting speaking gigs about bullying. Lectures or talks I don't know, I haven't done. Harassment. Lectures or talks I don't do and haven't done. Harassment, bullying, abuse, activism. Some talks intersect with sexism and racism at most. I know it's very hard to use Google and see the works I've done, but a reminder that this is helpful too. I like when people assume I'm very famous and go to conferences to talk about activism because it's pretty clear they don't know what I do. Soa thought Gamer Girl was being racist and had mixed her up with Sui Park because she thought all brown women look the same. This just in, apparently people are getting me mixed up with another woman of color. Oh my god, we look all the same, I know. No, Soka, she's racist because she's calling you Raksasha. She's calling you the Arab word for demon. Or the Indian word for demon that's also an Arab demon. Soa made a tweet complaining that people were pulling her back into Twitter toxicity. Yeah, I care about activism. I don't care for several people on Twitter. On August 17th, Mage and another were complaining about big callouts and mentioned how much of a liar Gamer Girl is. I was surprised by how bold it was, just straight up assuming, fabricating motivations, emotions, which can be done because there's no names involved, so it can be fictional account. Soa replied to comment about the people claimed they had dogpiled sicked on them, but nobody tweeted at them. Soa made her own tweets complaining about super vague callouts, making it impossible to confront the liar, lest you be seen as attacking, and made commentary about online social justice culture. Yeah? Soa appears to be directly mocking Gamer Girl's response to getting called out for attacking her in vague screeds. When I tweet vague, poorly written nonsense and you ask for clarification, you prove my point! A friend of Soa, Jita, and others had denied the existence of any Whisper campaign or power grab. Let's see this. I think they're pretty cool. I've seen no Whisper campaigns or power grabs from them. Okay. Con members were likely digging through Soa's tweets history and showing something as problematic as she mentioned the tweet from 2013 and how people will learn to be humbled by past errors. Part of 2015 drama involved Soa and her friends blocking people who had harassed them. The con group has been complaining about this for years. This is where the anti-trans block list lie came from. What? On August 28th, Soa said people are allowed to block you and not feel bad about it or answer to you about it. On August 31st, Jita was angry about the Whisper campaign line being spread by Con and then names two Con members, Galvez and Peter. Next time I hear about a motherfucker running their mouth about a Whisper campaign, you better believe we're going to have some fucking words. Look, I don't like Izzy Galvez. I don't like Peter Coffin. I just plain don't like him. That's it. They're not for me. Cheetah made another tweet thread specifically linking the Secret Gamer Girl's two storifys, which he called incoherent, and said first one made a lot of pointed reference to what seemed like both Soa and Sui Park, and denied her claims of a block list. I blocked you because I don't like you. When a man in black warned Jita that she better watch her mentions after calling out Secret Gamer Girl, Soa replied to her and called her out for slandering her with the Whisper campaign. Oh, a man in black is a woman? Who'd have thought? Right, like how I'm sure you cared about mine doing a Whisper campaign slander. Okay. Soa appreciated Gia's call out. On September 1st, Soa tweeted about blocking people because they made her uncomfortable and then being accused of having a block list. Perhaps your actions have consequences like me not wanting to continue having conversations with you. I did nothing but slander X and try to get my friends to slander them too. I wonder why X has me blocked. Twitter after I block you. You're no longer being poisoned by a toxic cloud. On September 2nd, Secret Gamer Girl tweeted at Jita, and Jita says she should apologize to Apple Cider Mage. The CS she mentions on Galvez's ally zone likely refers to Cyber Stalin Gabe. On September 3rd, Soa was complaining about a bunch of nobodies were accusing her of harassing con member Sarah Butts. I mean, Sarah, look, I'm sorry. Any sort of vitriol that Sarah gets, she deserves. Because she's a piece of shit and did try to fuck her cousin, who was a child at the time. Okay, time to get explicit then, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Soa and her friends had no idea why she was being blamed and attacked over Sarah Butts. The answer ends up being quite dumb. I gotta see this. These people think their activism gives them a pass of being bigots. I don't even understand what Soa has to do with any of what's going on with Nyberg, to be honest. I'm not even going to step into that nonsense. I can't mentally afford it. Oh, look, there's nothing wrong with calling out a pedophile. They are the same kind of allies who've constantly done the most harm to me and my friends. Nothing has ever been more harmful and painful to me than people like them. Oh, they're talking about Zoe again? You know, because that's what she does. Dummies. Y'all fucking parodies. Y'all just the same fake white allies who've existed and harmed POC for decades. Alright. September 14th, someone was complaining... Wait. Oh. On September 4th, Apple Cider denied using a block list and said she manually blocks. On September 12th, someone called May was subtweeting about Soa, and Inner Partisan explained that it was about Soa's comment about Galvez, which Jesus says Soa never made. How can you disagree that Soa hasn't talked about Izzy since April and has never sicked anyone on Izzy ever? On September 14th, someone was complaining about subtweets and had their display name as I'm with Sarah. The Breitbart article about Sarah had just come out on the 11th. Gina told them, well, I'm leaving games and y'all are happy about that, so I guess get glad. Ramona Sewage said she didn't care and Gina would come back after a marginalized person Soa hates has been harassed to the point of insanity. On September 28th, a man in black is still pushing the Soa blocklist lie even as Apple Cider refuted her. On October 2015, Archive has crossover with Rebecca Gerber. On this October 2015, Archive has crossover with Rebecca Gerber. Soa explains to someone that people are trying to make boogeyman bullshit out of her alt games bot and accuse her of a whisper campaign. She also said people accused her of gatekeeping because she blocked people on her alt games bot for lying about her and spreading rumors. Why is this... Alright, 2016, finally. SF Wolf, Sarah Butts, and Ramona Sewage, Lee Alexander, and Soa. Fake Robot Gamer was making it. Jesus Christ, man! They all need some therapy. I can't read all this. This is too much. Let's see. Apple Cider Mage commented and complained that she and her friends were still getting harassed over the April 2015 drama. Apple Cider also made a tweet thread complaining about Peter Coffin, a Man in Black, and David Gallant. She also told someone that grudges with Soa and Gita were involved. Secret made a series of tweets saying there was a second coming of Gamergate and began quoting a Rebecca Gerber tweet. Folks, I'm sorry, but y'all really need to call out your progressive gaming broken stairs. They thrive in collective acceptance. Wu has spoken over and attacked a bunch of trans people recently. She's cool with single and called being trans a medical condition. Cross used several of us as stepping stones to get away from Soa Kareem's crosshairs. Has been quick to justify that brand of bullshit. Nasty Whisper campaign was so effective there seems to be only about 5 people left in the world willing to be seen talking to me. On April 1st, Yuta complained that mouth breathers from the Ally Zone were still hate following her and having fits over her tweets. Secret Gamer Girl complained about the Whisper campaign again. Gamer Girl made a Tumblr post where she admitted she was a financial burden and her family sees her as an embarrassing parasite. And then she complained about a campaign to isolate her and I have no job to jeopardize. Good! May 13th, Secret claimed about a nasty little Whisper campaign started by her about a year ago that resulted in Secret being on the blacklist. On May 17th, around when Zoe and Randy were fighting with Candace Owens, and Secret Gamer Girl got kicked out of Zoe's inner circle, Gamer Girl made a post complaining about people blocking her and blaming Randy, Jita, Soa, and others, and trying to whitewash the past year, pretending she doesn't know who Soa is, even though she had spent hours and hours harassing her for months. It also seems she had been called out for racism over using Rakshasa. Oh, okay, good. Good. It's about time. We're using Rakshasa to refer to Soa. She tried to retcon the Jita Jackson call out and her lying to her. The full thing is in this post. Oh, it's Kiwi again. Holy shit. So, Secret Gamer Girl's a piece of shit. Zoe's a piece of shit. Like, anyone involved in Con is probably a piece of shit. Even Ian Miles Chong is still a piece of shit. He just got out when the getting was good. And now he has to keep this act up of being like a hard right-wing person. Or he'll lose everyone. I'm waiting until Monday night to kill myself just in... He complained about Randy being on block lists. I'm waiting until Monday to kill myself just in case someone's willing and able to actually help me and just hasn't heard I need it. On June 28th, Secret claimed to be suicidal, baiting, and blamed getting put on anti-reactionary blacklists and whisper campaigns. On October 21st, Secret claimed whisper campaigns had nearly killed her. On November 7th, Gamer Girl complained about whisper campaigns. On November 3rd, Secret Gamer Girl was going on a tirade and mentioned the disingenuous scumbag and hateful whisper campaign. Secret Gamer Girl had been suicide baiting again and made a follow-up post complaining about the nasty whisper campaign. If we recall Jita's tweets about Soa the Social Climber from 2015, which seemed to have been a rebuttal to Secret's complaints about Soa in 2017, Secret complained about someone's tweets about a Social Climber story, and Secret mentioned whisper campaigns again, apparently reading the villain of the story as herself or something. God. On February 2nd, 2017, Secret Gamer Girl complains about a supposed Twitter clique that includes trans users and tries to destroy them with whisper campaigns. Is it called Con? I think it's Con, right? I assume she means the tankies, as the tweets she replied to were about Brianna Wu being classist. It's like watching them turn on each other in real time. It's crazy. On April 7th, Nora Reid was pushing Secret's whisper campaign theory. Secret says if she were to detail what supposedly happened, that people would decide she had been wronged so deeply and unforgivably they need to be screamed at. On August 17th, The Wolf complained about punching down by Catherine Cross and mentioned Randy, Harper, Wu, Soa, Lee, and Zoe. On August 29th, Secret was talking about an abusive person and how that person had conned people and made Secret attempt suicide, and she wanted to write a book. I'm pretty sure she means Zoe here. Oh, hey, it's all come full circle. Pretty sure she means Zoe here. Around this time, the former com members had been getting angry, and Secret claimed she attempted suicide over her post about Zoe. On October 9th, Ramona Sewage flew into rage over Catherine Cross's article and accused her of throwing them under the bus to keep Soa off her own back. Secret made her first post about Zoe on October 12th, 2017. Most of it was about Randy Harper's blocklist and Zoe having the free will to decide to no longer associate with her. But she does complain a little about Gabe and a supposed third party who made Zoe not want to talk to her. On October 17th, Secret Gamer Girl said a Medium blog explains an awful lot about the group of stalkers. Whisper campaigns dismantled my life, which I believe is something about Gabe and the Tankies, a name used for far-left Twitter users. The Tankies? The Tankies? The Tankies? Okay. I'm going to start calling them the Tankies. After Secret went to GamerX, she made her second post about Zoe on November 9th, where she was complaining about Zoe and Gabe supposedly being behind everyone blocking and not wanting to associate with her, and her posting resulting in friends severing ties and people telling her they don't like her and she is unwelcome. Secret also mentions using coded phrases to attack some random woman I'd never heard of. This could be referring to her getting called out over calling Soa a Rakshasa. She also accuses Zoe of whisper campaigning her. That led to me attempting suicide on multiple occasions, particularly as Zoe encouraged more mutual friends not to talk to me, shut me out of my only support network at the time, and made it overtly clear I wasn't entitled to so much as a sympathetic ear when I was later targeted by Jesse Single and Randy Harper when they came out as deeply transphobic. Randy Harper's transphobic? Who'd have thought? For reasons I have not pinned down, today I'm being targeted by Nazis, TERFs, and some other whisper campaign. God, it's going out of style. February 7th, Ramona Sewage was still angry about Catherine and Soa. On February 22nd, Secret made a post where she said her Tumblr blog was monitored by her family, and more than once I've had to excuse myself from playing RPGs with people because I recognize the chat handle of another player as someone I recognize as an active gamergate type. On March 22nd, The Wolf complained about fake woke game devs and being made persona non grata for harassing them, and mentioned communities including alt games and Crash Override that pretend to be safe spaces so long as you're already popular and don't criticize the faves or else. Oh. On March 24th, Luke Lockhart began getting blowback after he accused Night in the Woods of being Trumpian propaganda. Ramona Sewage began tweeting at the developer, who was part of alt games, and repeatedly mentioned Soa. On the same day, Secret accused far left Twitter of users of whispering trans people to death. Whispering trans. Let's see this. Whispering. Come on. I need to see this. Alright. Oh yeah, the developers definitely aren't the actual instigators here. Like I said, when this first came to my attention, it was all the earmarks of that one GG spin-off where they pretend to worship Stalin and whisper trans women to death. Okay. You know what? Maybe Zoe was right about dropping at least Secret. However, I still believe she's an abusive person and probably manipulated Secret into behaving this way. After all, Zoe, what this says here is that Zoe started the hate campaign against Soa because apparently Soa liked a guy that she also liked, and probably ended up getting that guy because Soa seems like a cool person and not an attention-starved bitch. So Zoe started this campaign against Soa, and then Secret just got obsessed, and then Zoe was like, oh shit, I created a monster. She's like Haberman with Jim. Oh no, Secret's my Frankenstein's monster, dude. I'm gonna just sever ties with her. And that's what she did. And then I'll sever ties with that other trans woman too, is what she said, I believe. So it's still Zoe's fault. It might not be exactly what I thought it was, but she's still responsible for this, for the most part. All because game journalists couldn't say, oh, you know what, Zoe, you're kind of an abusive piece of shit. Sorry, we disavow, or whatever the fuck they would have said back then. On April 1st, Gamergirl wrote her new McCarthyism post about being blocked on Twitter. Secret was asked if she was going to back up her post about Zoe on Storify, and Secret said she was not going to do it because it was a lightning rod. On April 17th, Secret named Soa on Twitter and lied that she had absolutely no idea who she was, not even her Twitter handle, and that Soa has no idea who she is, but she keeps growling about her every few months. On June 2nd, seeing the way people continue to support and forgive people who do and say utterly horrifying things always sets me down a really dark road, and pondering what the hell sort of rumor or whatever keeps causing close friends to run away from me like I'm utterly radioactive. On June 6th, Secret was suicide baiting and blamed whisper campaign BS that's been going on for 3 years and mostly involves former friends, me, and the silent treatment. On June 4th, The Wolf, Ramona Sewage, and Luke were complaining about Soa supposedly driving trans women out of the video game industry by blocking them for spreading lies about her. Wow. the best thing about meeting people at video game parties is they'll introduce themselves like, I'm the guy the Wombo Combo happened to. Wait. What the fuck does this have to do? Hold on a second. Why are you retweeting that to what? It's got nothing to do with that. Alright. Okay. Whatever. On July 6th, Ramona Sewage claimed that April 2015 never ends and that people were thrown under the bus to placate Soa. On July 28th, Secret confirmed COM members Athena Hollow and Dinah Abu Karam had cut ties after her post about Zoe, and that Zoe had blocked Secret on Zoe's private Primate Twitter account after she tried to make her turn against Randy in May 2016. She also blames Jesse Single for Secret losing my friends, my family, and my civil rights. On August 7th, Ramona claims both Randy and Soa made anti-trans block lists. Secret Gamer Girl later quoted James and repeated James' lie about the block list, and Secret goes on to attack and name Soa and says she makes life hell for coworkers at Riot Games. On September 7th, Secret got busted and repeatedly called out and confronted for lying about Soa in a series of tweets about Riot Games. Ooh, let's read these. Twitter user Secret Gamer Girl is not a viable source for news or information or anything. I have them blocked for multiple instances of baseless accusations against multiple friends of mine. I'd prefer if they were never in contact with me. Thanks. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt and assume that she's experiencing cognitive distortions and really 100% believes so. I targeted her. It's not true. Sniping behind closed doors is not a whisper campaign. You have to understand, when you spend hundreds of tweets railing against someone that years later people are going to remember that, right? You can't just pretend you're a neutral party when it comes to SOA with that kind of context. That's true. It's true. It's true. We never... Oh, this person put her on blast. The SJW Rakshasa is at it again. If you insist, I legitimately don't know her. We never met or spoken. I would imagine that to my best of my ability. What a fucking liar. I can't believe her. I can't... Jesus. Now, this sort of discredits my last video a little bit. Because Secret's kind of a liar. Jesus. When confronted over it, she lied repeatedly and claimed that she had no idea who Soa was and was forced to address her usage of Rakshasa. Oh, let's see what her usage of Rakshasa is. That's a term I tossed around briefly several years ago to refer to whoever was behind a connected string of extra nasty whisper campaigns. Pretty sure it was eventually proved to be the tankies. What the fuck is... Why? When it became clear she was lying, her only out was to accuse the person of having random screenshots and claim that she had no idea what her own tweets were. Secret also tried to claim that Soa herself leaked screen caps of Riot's Slack chat to our Kotaku in Action. Someone did screen cap the chat, but they posted them on our League of Legends and they were later reposted to other subreddits by different users. Secret's evidenceless and false accusations against Soa appear to be part of her several-year-long grudge and nothing more. Secret got incredibly upset when game workers, an account promoting a game developers union, issued an apology and deleted their retweets of her. One of Secret's oldest allies, Catherine Cross, apologized for accidentally spreading something that involved Secret's grudge against Soa. Secret would also block people after they refused to believe her claims. Okay. In the days since the call-out, Secret has been endlessly doubling down and keeps desperately linking to her lies about Riot, Kotaku in Action, and Soa. Let me take a look. 2 nights ago, I posted a rather lengthy thread detailing the horrific harassment being faced by the family of 2 now former Riot employees after a coworker leaked internal communications to KIA. This is the problem with these sort of activist people. They just go fucking crazy, and then they turn into religious zealots. They behave the exact same way religious zealots behave. they pulled the Scientology shit. It's really kind of sad. I like, again, like, you don't want to let activism like just take control of your life like this, because then you could end up like Secret Gamer Girl here. Anyways, I guess that's the end of the fucking Medium post. Thank God. I guess I'll just upload these, and yeah, that's about it. I don't know what I'm gonna put in the tags. Like, these are really long videos. I'm really sorry. Anyways, just give it a like or subscribe. I don't really think you need to boost this. I just wanted to follow. I just figured, since it's involving people that are in the Trash Override post, I would sort of follow up on the Trash Override post with this medium. Anyways, thanks for having a listen or a watch.